Hi everyone, just a little quick heads up. Some people have been asking me when am I going to be putting up the Pluto generation, especially in Libra and Sagittarius, because I have spoken about it in a short video before. I still am going to put it up, don't worry. As you guys know, timing really and truly is everything. So I will be putting it up. It may be this year or maybe next year because Pluto is entering Aquarius on March 2023. And as you guys know, when Pluto enters a sign, it really does activate a generation. Right now, it's activating the Pluto in Libra, Virgo, which is 1958 to 1971, 72. And also the Pluto in Scorpio, which is 1984, 83, 84 to 1995. So these two generations are basically in charge. They're heralding a change. But, with change, when it's your time, it's your time. Whether we like it or not, it's people's time. And especially at the 60s kids, they're in charge now, and also the 90s kids who are like late 80s, late 80s, early 90s. They're doing their thing. And if you know anything about deacons, everything goes for a deacon, so it's their time. But we're easing out of it. And, they've done their thing, especially the Pluto in Scorpio, who've like pioneered, us actually talking about our fears and traumas, especially to do with the past. They're going through their third house action, which is them communicating it. Also, not just communicating, them doing business and, doing lots of business, social media. They're very utilizing their voice. And then we have the Pluto in Virgo, especially the 60s kids who are in government, they're in power, they're heralding like a change in terms of how people work. So it's, they're doing their thing. But now we're going to be seeing the Pluto in Libra, 1971, 72, 83, 84, and the Pluto in Sagittarius, 95 to 2008. They are going through a house, which I've spoken about, which is quite hidden, in a way, which is quite hidden, because they're working on building a family, getting married, working. Then you also got them earning money, dealing with like their self-worth, changing up what the whole family situation is about, amongst other things. So they're doing like the sort of like adult thing, even though a lot of Pluto in Libra are adults. So we're going to be seeing them coming up like next year. Especially Pluto in Libra, they've been doing like that inner work. They've been doing that work which is not comfortable for a lot of them. A lot of them have been talking about traumas and past and family and roots. And it's not been easy for a lot of them, but now, especially when Pluto dips into Aquarius next year, it's going to their fifth house, which is going to be them seen on the world stage because it's a Leo house. They will be heralding change when it comes to the arts, law, family, relationships as well. But then Pluto in Libra is not just about relationships anyway, but they'll be, when it comes to relationships, it'll be very different to them. And yes, amongst other things as well, they'll be doing more, and also remember they're the judges of the zodiac. So we can probably expect to see a lot of them being in law, changing things about the judges and the law system. Also Pluto Sagittarius, they're about philosophy, law, publishing, people's rights, race relations. We're going to see a lot of that happening. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of this generation doing or being in charge of this. These two generations are not just going to be doing it for 20 years until Pluto goes into Pisces. They'll be doing it for the next, probably, especially in our lifetime. Remember we're on Earth, we're in air era, and air era, fire signs benefit, and so do air signs. So these two will be heralding change that will be benefiting for the next 800 years. You know, if a lot of them live to see for 20 years or 30 years, 40 years, we'll be seeing the changes. But it will be going beyond that as well because of the air era. If we were still in the earth era, they will be in charge for very not long. Because of the next 800 years of air era, especially when we have the next conjunction that goes into Libra, it's going to be conjuncting them. After then, we have the next conjunction that goes to Gemini. Pluto and Libra is still going to be smashing it. But let's not forget Pluto and Saggy as well. So I say that because I definitely will be bringing it out, guys. It's going to be very much a long one, especially the Pluto and Libra. The beautiful but damned MTV generation. There's a lot to cover with them, a hell of a lot to cover. So I'll be putting it out. Listen out for it. Obviously, when I do my other videos, I'll be, telling you guys when to listen. But, the link will be below. So just as a little heads up, just to say I haven't forgotten, it will be brought up. And yeah, check out my previous generations, which is Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Scorpio, which is on the link below. So thanks very much for listening, guys. And don't forget to look out.